Hello guys, uh, morning. Today we are trying to automate some of the features that we have in one website regarding login and registration. So this video is all about starting a project from the scratch and automating them using some existing features and possibly modifying the features into more efficient way and run it and get the Cucumber results in your local machine. And possibly in my second video, I will try to show how we can integrate that in continuous integration server and get the Cucumber reports. So that is the plan. So let us start creating a project from the scratch in Eclipse and then adding some feature files. If you have any doubt, please raise your hand and ask a question for it. So we create a new project from Eclipse, which is nothing but we create a Maven project as we already do. So we create a Maven project. So we should have Maven plugin already installed on your local machine. So in my case, I already have. That's the reason why I got this option of Maven. So I select Maven project, click on next, and use the existing work location. Yes, tell me.
So you want to use the create simple project.
No, I will get that option now. So now the system is connected to internet. Then you will get a lot of different kinds of Maven projects available online. We will select the quick start one. So we'll wait for a minute till we actually get the data from the internet. Okay. So, uh, so we typically go with quick start, which actually provides us to give the main and test folder, which is the basic roots for our page output model. Okay, so give some group ID, give artifact ID, so we are going to Google, and that's it, nothing else. So we get a basic project with form.xml and the basic folder structure. So we have two set of files which comes. We ignore them. We don't really bother about them. We delete them straight away. And as we are using Maven, we should actually have all the libraries and dependencies. So for the dependencies, we can either use the existing form.xml in any other project, or we can search them here. So as it is time taking, now I will copy paste the set of dependencies from a different project. For that, I need some time. So yes, I brought some set of dependencies which are required for us to execute the code. So I bought Cucumber's core, Cucumber Java, Cucumber JUnit, and Selenium 2.25 and JUnit. So we need these four dependencies, and we have one compiler because the compiler is required when you are running a continuous integration server. So I got a compiler and I got some set of dependencies. So I kept in form.xml, and the next thing that I immediately do is we need to download it from internet or Next.js or whatever it is. So for that, simple and the global rule is always run your Maven clean install. So which will typically search everything in form.xml and download it into your local file. As we don't have any test, it won't run any test. But it actually, you can see that all the files have been downloaded into our M2 library, which is there in your local machine. So now you can see that these are all the set of code that is required. You can see we have Google Chrome, Selenium Chrome driver and Android. They all came because we have given a master dependency for all of them instead of individual dependencies. That dependency is nothing but our Selenium hyphen Java. So this brings all these things. So this is
All Java files.
all the Java files. Yes. So now we have all the dependencies and we have the basic structure of the framework. So now next thing that we have to do is we need to create a resource folder so that we create a feature files. So all the feature files should be in a resource folder under the test folder. So we create a new we go to here source and we go to test here and we create new folder under test, which is nothing but our resource folder. So it should be lowercase s o u r c e s resources. So that's it. So we got that, uh, and from here now what I do is I create a file. So typically it is like a text file. We can give any kind of extensions, but for Cucumber we need to give a feature as extension. So as we are working on login feature, we create something like login.fpa UI. And also I am assuming that you all have Cucumber plugin installed in your Eclipse. If it is not installed, then you may not see that green color kind of box. But if it's installed, you can see that now my plain text will be in a green color balloon kind of thing, which is nothing but logo. So whatever I write here should will be having should have a proper Gherkin format. Otherwise, it will be in black. So all the keywords which are part of Gherkin will be in a different color. So uh, so now here this is the place where I write my feature file. So what I can do is right now I have some set of feature files which are already there. I'm working on. So I just copy paste it there and then start working on them. So I just copy paste it. So I have some set of feature files which are already there, and I have some set of work in progress and some set of feature files which are login. So I have different set of files altogether. And as I said, all Gherkin will be identifying them properly. So we get all this green color, blue color, and those kind of different colors. Okay, so this is set of feature file, and writing that feature file is a different topic. So, but we have some set of feature files. So right now, the scope of this video is to automate one feature file. In the next video, maybe we will extend to automate other feature files. So first thing is we need to automate this single feature file. For that, we actually go with very basic kind of framework, just writing the Selenium code straight away behind the step definitions. Okay. So for that, once we got a feature file, once we review and our BA is fine with that, now the next thing is we need to go and automate it. So for that, what I do is right now, if I don't follow any phase object model structure, I no need to bother about the main folder. I need to only bother about the test folder. So you can just ignore the test folder, sorry, the main folder. So now in the test folder, we have this package which is nothing but this. So in this package, I should always have two files. I'm again telling in this package, they should have two folders, two files. There are two Java files. One file is the actual test file, and sorry, the actual file is the run file where I always go and run. So there is a file which don't have any code, but that is used as a configuration, and that is the link between your JUnit Cucumber and your step definitions and feature files. So if we actually take it in a more, if we discussing about that, we actually say something like this. We take this MS Paint. So what happens is, example, we have a feature file here which actually have some set of our test cases or features, whatever it is. So given, when, then. So actually the linkage between your feature file and the step definition is a different way. So we have the Java code actually behind each and every line of your feature file. So this Java code is something like this. It actually say given when obviously you have at the rate for everything. So you have something like this. So and you have a method under everything, something like this, like void open close or something like this. Okay, so if you have something like this, so this is the place, this is the place, this is the place where we actually write your Selenium code or WebDriver code. So we write something like driver dot. Okay, but yes,
It should be a constructor as well for the open.
no. Why? What do you mean? There's no need of constructor. This is a method,
Method.
and where this is a class. So this is a class. This box is a class. Okay. So in this class, and yes, I will put this as a step definition class. Yeah, step definition class. Yeah, and this is your feature file. Okay, but and as you already know, each and every line or each and every phrase after every line on the in the feature file should have a corresponding method behind the, and how that link is example. See, in this case what you are expecting here, we are expecting something like blah here. Okay, so if you just do this, so now what happens, this blah should be this, then automatically it will call your open browser. So whatever you write in English here should have a corresponding English phrase here and a method behind that. So this is the place where you glue your actual English with your Java code. Okay, I'll show it in my example properly, but you have to, or let us make it as more something like let us take our own example which we already have. In this case, let us actually take this. In this here, I am on a wiggle login page. Example, this is the phrase. So for this phrase, what we do is, so this phrase is coming from here. Okay, so this is the phrase given. I am on login page, and here also I should have something like this, and in the double quotes, obviously. If you do this, and if you do this in a more like this, and if you want, if I can, yeah. So like this. So given I am on a wiggle login page, given I am a login page, and the open browser is actually the thing which is doing the trick. Okay, so like that, we have to expect that the Java code behind that should have the same phrase. Okay, any questions? So now this is fine, but what is the link? How do Java know about that, and how can we control that? How many scenarios that we have to run, and what kind of reports that we need to generate, and this kind of thing. So there is a one more class which don't have any line of code. That is just a class, and that class called run class. That is nothing like a. It's a trigger. In the gun you have a trigger like that. This is a trigger for you to run your Cucumber files. That's it. It won't do anything else. That also is a Java file, but that's a run file. So that run file typically that file and the step definition file should be in the same package, so that Java knows where to look for the step definitions. So if typically Java, once you write a feature file and here in the run, you need to specify, you have some basic syntax like run with cucumber, those kind of things I will show. But the very important point is that you need to give something like tags and features. You can give it either way. So feature is nothing. If you give features, it will look for a folder. So if we give as feature is equal to something, it will search for that folder, and then in under that folder, whatever the feature files are there, it will try to run. Yeah, feature is complete folder, it run everything. But if you want to run only some set of scenarios or some set of files in a package, then you use tags. Okay, so what this happens is you give this as a cucumber options. And apart from that, what other options that you will provide is, you will provide like format of report, which is one of the cucumber option. Okay, and that will generate you the report, whatever kind of report that you are. That may be petty report, that can be JSON report, whatever it is. Okay, so JSON report is important when you are running in a continuous integration format. If in local machine, your HTML format is fine. But importantly, this here you can select what features that you can run. Okay, and very much important is that this run file, this is the place where compiler will come and start, and it will actually put in the memory what are the features that I need to run. Once that step is happened, so once example, if you take a load, yes, so that's what it does. So typically it looks, this guy will look for something like this arrow mark is not actually, I want something, look, let me put in. Okay, so typically what happens is, this will first take all the feature files, put in the memory that how many feature files I need to run. That's first thing. So first thing is selection process. So once it got that out of 100 feature files, I need to run 3 scenarios because you have given a tag. Then it will put in the memory. Second thing is,
detects the scenarios.
yes, you can put tag at the top of your feature file or at the scenario level. So you can run one scenario in complete feature file. Okay, which I will anyway show. Second thing is, once it got recorded all the features that it to run, second thing is it will search whether that scenarios has responding methods available in the complete package, in its own package. It won't go anywhere else. In the same package of Java, example something like, you think that this should be in the same package. So in the same package, it will search for our Java files, and it will search for this kind of command where is there a line where a method is tagged. So it will search for that blue kind of thing. In this package, it can be one feature file, so it can be one step definition file, it can be n number of step definition files. But typically I'm expecting that right now we focus on one step definition file. That's the reason why we put one run file in same package and step definition file in same package. So the name doesn't matter, but it will search in the same package. Package is very important there, because the scope of your is in the same package, and it search for that. And if you don't find the corresponding line matching, then it will generate the code and put it into console, saying that the code is not there. So here it will take two actions. It will search for them. So here I am on wiggle is there. That's fine. It will be fine. If you have a line something like this, and it same applies for when then also, something like log out. So do we have that line already implemented somewhere? No. So it immediately the compiler will then think that this guy did not implemented my stub definition. So it will generate a code and give you the code in the console saying that please implement it. You can copy and paste from there. But it first of all searches with all the Java files available in the package with that line. Even small space also is very important here. So if you put one extra space here, login as a user and space, and if you implement that line here, login as user, case sensitive also. So it is something like logout as user, and if you don't have a space here, if you put double quote here, and it will think that you not implement it.
The best way to do is copy and paste.
Best way to do is always that, but you always have to think about regular expressions. So that we'll discuss in the advanced topics. Right now, it actually searches for exact same line, same word, case sensitive, and even spaces. So it should be very careful. Okay, and as you said, we actually can copy and paste it and put it in the glue. Yeah, and that glue should have a when then whatever it is corresponding when and then, and should have a method behind that. So in this case, I should expect something like method like this: public void logout. Okay. Right now we are not thinking about any data examples. Right now we are in a very linear way. But the next coming videos we will talk about how to put parameters and how to make it more. One scenario can run 15 to 20 scenarios, something like that. We will discuss about that. So like this. Okay, so that is the way I am expecting. So to be real time point of view, that's what I need to create. So what I will create here, what two files I will create here. The first file I will create is a run file, run class file, which is the first thing, is a trigger. Then I will create a stub definition file. Feature file is already there. Okay. So run. The name doesn't matter. Okay. Run test. Okay. And
Second file, a very important file in package.
that is called stub definition file. Here. Okay. I'll just put the name here. Yeah. So I'll put the name here. Run. Okay. So now we are creating this run. Okay. So this run. Okay. So run. It looks very nominal, but the important part here is we need to bring the cucumber options. Okay, and we need to make that as cucumber run with cucumber class. Okay, for that I can bring the code which I already have somewhere.
This code we can find it in the Google.
Uh, yes, but I will give you the option. Okay, so yes, I just copy pasted some set of cucumber options and the basic syntax how to actually create a run file that we are talking about. So this run file is the actual trigger to run your test. So you always have to make this as run, and you will get an option of JUnit if you have all your dependencies properly resolved. So if you do this, what will happen is it will uh, search for the feature, the name which is account, and it will search for the tags in between that. But right, yeah. So see, this is nothing but a folder. So do we have any folder right now? No. So we can remove that. So that yeah yeah, and yes. So now we have login here. So if you want to run this, we actually just put this login. So this tag is linked with this. So now what I do is if I run it, what will happen? Again, it will come to this. First of all, when I run this, it will pick up all the feature files and it will throw the error message if the Gherkin language is not having syntax. You just type ABCD In feature files, it will throw me a lexicon error saying that I don't understand. So first of all, it go to feature file, search for the syntax. So that is important. That is first thing. So as right now, I don't have any syntactical problems because if I go to login.feature, I don't have any problems. Okay, so if I put something like, I think something like, uh, okay, so something like this, then it will throw a syntax problem. Okay, so don't do that. Just stick to this. Okay, so now if I run this, typically it searches for stub definitions in the package. Okay, give me 1 second. I did a little bit of small spelling mistake. I will refactor that into. Okay, so now yes. So yes. So it will typically search for a login tag and load all these 3 steps into the heap of the memory. And it will search for the 3 methods in the complete package. But do we have any other file? No. So what it will do? It will generate the code for us. So that is one way. So I will run it. Hopefully it will give a code. Okay, so sometimes we have compilation problems. Yes, it's time to resolve them. Yeah, now if we run it, we're expecting that we get all the implementation code in the console. But before that, we actually have to make sure that we are in the same package. So source test resource and source test Java is the 2 important folders that we are talking about. In that, even the package structure where we put the run should have exactly the same package structure where we have feature files. That's the reason why we have com.wiggle, com.wiggle. So we should have a proper. We have 3 folders. Forgot about the main. We have 2 folders which are exactly the same except that the source and Java. And with resources, we need to make sure that we have the same package structure, and then this will actually search in com.wiggle. Okay, so be very sure that you are in a same package. Now if I run it, I'm expecting that I should get some set of code because as I said, we don't have any other files in the package. See what happens. Yes, we got some code because we have some spaces between. It had given some regular expression, but don't worry about that. It had given a code, but as nothing is implemented, it won't show any error message saying that the test has failed, but it will just put a orange color kind of a what you called notation saying that the steps are not implemented. So what you can do is either you can copy paste or you can write it. But as I'm doing a very first video, I can just copy paste this set of code and put it into a file. What is the file that we'll be discussing now? So we need to create one step definition file, which actually this guy is searching for, and that also should be in the same package of your com.wiggle test. So we create one more class and we create something like step steps. Okay, so as we are in a single project, we can create something like this. Okay, and yes, we can ignore this, and as you already know that we need to resolve these dependencies just by bringing the given one and then as our inputs. Okay, so yes, so thank you Eclipse for actually doing this by helping us to resolve the inputs. Okay, don't worry about that because it has some spelling problems. Yes, yeah, it is like annotations by EU. Okay, there may be pending exception. You actually don't import that because now we need to implement the step definitions. Okay, so we have all blank, so we need to actually implement the step definitions. So right now, for the practice sake, what we will do is we will put a system.out.println command and print and see whether the test is properly run. Yeah. So we put something like this, not out.println, and we'll copy the same. So I am on Google. Do this. Okay, doing. So this is what the implementation we need to do. Okay, like that I put it so that that is the actual implementation. So I need to, just for the sake of training, I will copy what it is. Yeah. Okay, so right now forgot about these arguments. The only reason why it came is because in this we already have some arguments. Okay, so that is the reason why it had given. Okay, so right now as we don't bother about the parameters, what I will do is I will actually ignore this. Okay, so if I delete this, sign in with email and password, I will hard code the data. Okay, and here I will run the step implementation again. Second step is not implemented because I taken that. And as I said, I don't like this because it has given some parameters. Right now I'm not dealing with parameters. Okay, so now I have two steps. The third step, it actually says that one step is not implemented. Okay, any doubt? Yes.
So still it will run because
It will run the test. It will run only two steps. But third step, it don't have the corresponding method. So it will actually give a code for one step, and two step it will execute. Okay. So now it won't find the second line. It finds first line, second line. It found the first and the last line, but it won't find the second line.
Second line. So it will generate a
New code, yes. Okay. So if I run it, okay, you can see that. Okay, doing that, doing this, and the second is not implemented. So out of the three steps, we already have one step is there, second step is not implemented, that is the third step is not implemented. So second step is not actually implemented. So there is no point of running the third step. Okay, so what I do is I just copy this code over there and put it into step definitions. Okay, and remove this and put system.out.println so that I just make sure that my complete flow is working.
shouldn't generate any code now.
Yeah, very good point. You should not generate any code. Okay, and also be very sure that the method names that guy is giving is on the fly. If you want it, you can even modify the method names. That's fine. There's no problem for the method name. You can write anything, but the phrase in the comment, phrase in the annotation is important. This phrase should reflect your phrase in your Cucumber file, which is very important. Okay, be very careful with the spaces. And if you run it again, it will actually run all the three and giving the three statements.
Yes.
Okay, so it is I'm on the Google login page. I'm signing with email and password. I should be the login. So that's what, and all the three steps are successful because I don't have any problem right now. But to actually validate them, typically I'm expecting that whenever you're writing a then method, we should have an asset. Okay, so then is nothing but your actual test step. So actually, you can put asset true or asset false, which is the basic conclusion of your test.
Whether there is any
Pass or
log
fail.
on. Yeah.
Okay, understood?
Yes, understood.
Okay, thank you. So I will stop this video, and in the next video I will tell you how to implement the same thing using Selenium. How to put we have a skeleton now. We need to put meat into that. Okay, thank you very much.